Hi everybody. My previous video was on Wings at the Speed of Sound, the Paul McCartney and Wings album that I feel is underrated. And I got a lot of comments, a lot of feedback, most of it positive. You know, there was 2 or 3 comments where they disagreed and said it wasn't very good, which is fine. Everybody has an opinion, believe it or not. And so I thought I would talk about John Lennon this time, and Yoko Ono. And, you know, the start of John's solo career. First of all, there were the 3 experimental albums. And on my main channel, my big channel, I listened to all 3. I think, yeah, in separate videos. I would speed up the video, but I actually sat here and listened to it, and then I rated them. They weren't good ratings, even though I love Yoko Ono. There's 2 versions. I think you know what is inside this brown paper bag. I won't show you. I can show you that, I guess. And I can show you... I can't show you too much. And that's the front. And wedding album. And the one that I bought when I was, probably when this came out, so 58, 69, 70. So yeah, when I was about 12 years old. Some of you have heard this story before, maybe more than once. I went to the local record store and I knew the owners. They were neighbors. And I went up to the counter with this, and she said, "Don't buy it. It's no good. It's just Yoko screaming." And at that point, well, just like now, I'm so in love with the Beatles. John Lennon was a Beatle. He's on the cover. And he's on the back cover. It says, "I'm going to buy it." So I did. I brought it home, and she was right. It was just guitar feedback and screaming, and 5 minutes of silence or something on Baby's Heartbeat. And I returned it the next day, and she was kind enough to give me my money back. But how do I say this? There's a lot of dislike and, dare I say, hate towards Yoko Ono through the years with, you know, especially Beatles fans and even fans of John Lennon. And I've just never been that way. So when she came into John Lennon's life, you know, it was a bit of a shock, you know, that this Japanese woman and everything, but and then at first listening to, you know, the B-sides, there was one song, "Who Has Seen the Wind?" And at, you know, probably the first listen as a 12-year-old, it was like, ooh, you know, ooh, that's bad. But I grew, after, you know, 2 or 3 listens, I grew to actually love it and realize that's actually a really sweet song. And then the B-side to Mother Was Why, I believe. And that's, you know, a really heavy song with Ringo on the drums, John on guitar, and Ringo, and Yoko screaming away. And so the first time I played that, it was like, it was god-awful. But I grew because of the music. I kind of focused on the music, and I grew to really love the song when the Mother single came out, and Why was on the B-side, I believe. You know, the first time I played it with my friends, it was like, oh, that is so bad. But I would say by the maybe 3rd or 4th listen, I was getting to really like it. I mean, it was heavy. It was almost punky hard rock before there was punky hard rock. And I even started to appreciate Yoko's vocals on it, her wailing away. And even today, every time I play it quite often, and I absolutely love it. It's almost like Yoko's voice is another instrument in the song. But that being said, I totally understand that 90% or whatever of you out there are not going to like it. But that doesn't mean you have to hate the woman. And the other thing that kind of annoys me is people, there's a YouTube video or two where she's doing her thing, yelling, screaming, whatever. But she has made one of my favorite double albums, approximately Infinite Universe, and it's song-based. It's with the Elephant's Memory Band. I had to try and remember the name there. And I've never been impressed, even with Sometime in New York City, which I really like. But the band, I thought they were good. But on this, they really impressed me, the music. And she sings, and I love her vocals. So if you're ever going to check out Yoko Ono, I would start with approximately Infinite Universe. And another really good one is Feeling the Space, which is also song-based. It's maybe a bit more commercial, but I really enjoy that. And of course it's funny, John Lennon's Plastic Ono Band and then Yoko's first solo album, they have similar covers. So I'm sure somebody has bought this thinking it's John Lennon. And another double that is really good is Fly. There's some tracks on here like Midsummer New York, the first track. It's a rocker. It's like a 50s, 60s rocker, and her vocals are just so good on it. And Mine Train, it's like this jazz rock, experimental, progressive rock. It's everything. It's like 60 minutes long, and it has the vocals by Yoko. Most people might not care for, but I love this. And even the only track I had a hard time getting into, I'm starting to kind of warm up to it, is the final track, Fly. And I need to get all of her albums. I'm hoping that Season of Glass is remastered sometime, because that might be my favorite of all of her albums that I've heard. But like I said, I want to get more of them. And so, because on my main channel on YouTube, when I do talk about John and Yoko, I've always been respectful of Yoko and her music. I'm not saying I love everything she's done. The 3 experimental albums, for me, I don't like. But because of that, I think Sean and Yoko and whoever sent me and some other YouTube channels that also are respectful of Yoko. They've sent me the Imagine box set, and they also sent me Plastic Ono Band box set. And there you can see there's the card, one of the cards up there. And if you never know, it's funny, you never know, but I think Sean Lennon has possibly seen my Canadian Studmuffin channel on the John Lennon official site. It's one of the few channels that's on that, my Canadian Studmuffin channel. And he's responded on Twitter to some of my tweets. And so, Sean, if you are watching this, I would love to somehow talk to you in a live chat, like a pre-recorded chat, and just talk about music in general. Your mom and dad's music, your music. I love his 2 albums with the Lennon, the Claypool first. The Claypool Lennon Delirium are just awesome. And yeah, I'd love to talk to him sometime. So the box set, and they also sent me separately, and that was a a surprise. I wasn't expecting a second package, but they sent me the vinyl. And this is a 2-disc. And I'm going to talk about this album in 1 minute, believe it or not. Just like the original. And it comes with a little booklet. I remember having this 45 of plastic Ono Band with Give Peace a Chance. I'm trying to remember what the B-side of that was. Remember Love? I forget. Klaus Voormann. Yeah, Klaus Voormann plays on Yoko's solo album and John's, and of course Ringo does too. Eric Clapton has played with Yoko Ono. I think, she's... Elvis Costello has done one of her songs, Walking on Thin Ice. Sparks did a remix for one of her songs. Overall, I think she is respected in the music community. So this is the box set. And, for bonus material, even for the Beatles, like Sgt. Pepper and Abbey Road, some of the bonus material, their takes and everything and demos, and for the most part, you play it once or twice and that's it. But the Beatles' White Album, it's probably my favorite for bonus material. That one is excellent for demos and everything. And this one is excellent for demos too, with lots of bonus material, including a Blu-ray, which has Yoko Ono's solo album, and it's expanded, and that's really cool. And this is one of the few bonus, with the bonus CDs that I play, more than once or twice. A lot of the takes are just fun to listen to. And there's one take of Mother that's just bare bones. It's the studio, it's the song that was on the album, but without the music. So you just hear John's vocals, and it's very, very emotional to listen to. So that's everything that you get. And then you get a very nice book. So when his first solo album came out, I think one of my brothers bought it. And it was shocking. It really was. One of the Beatles is swearing, saying the F word, and more than that. But, I loved it right away. And I think that and Walls and Bridges are my two favorite John Lennon solo albums. And Double Fantasy too, although with Double Fantasy I love the John Lennon songs, but I actually love the songs by Yoko Ono even more. And some people aren't going to like me saying that. Yeah, so I would love your thoughts on... It's ASMR, isn't it? If you don't like Yoko Ono's music, that's fine. But just be respectful is all I ask. And yeah, I would love your thoughts on John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band, and Yoko Ono, Plastic Ono Band. Thanks for watching. Bye.